6. Are you aware of what you're saying to your kids? And more importantly, are you aware of how they are perceiving it and how it is affecting their belief systems? Well, let's just go back to the beginning. Let's talk about belief formation because this is so important to know when you are raising a sovereign new earth kid. Knowing that the power of your voice, the power to manifest, has such an impact on not only your reality, but your kids' reality as well, and what they're perceiving as right and wrong, and how they need to show up in the world in order to be safe and accepted and loved. And this idea of what we, I don't want to say need to say, but what's in the highest and greatest good for us to say and to avoid saying to our kids was actually inspired by an experiment that I hosted inside of a bunch of my containers at the beginning of this year. And that is an experiment to change how you are speaking about yourself, avoiding saying certain things, and avoiding creating certain experiences that will affect how you speak about yourself and about your reality. And this experiment is one that I have all my theta healing practitioners who go through the seminar go through as a way to reinforce all the beliefs that were instilled in that seminar weekend. And it's also a great way for you to gain a self-awareness to exactly how you're speaking about yourself in the world. And so tying this to your kids, there were certain things that were in the New Life experiment that we need to talk about if you are raising a sovereign new earth kid. So if you are new here, my name is Emily. I'm a theta healing practitioner instructor, and I am a mom to a little mystic. And I help you raise sovereign new earth kids confidently while navigating your own spiritual journey with ease, grace, and flow, because that's what we want. And when we are talking about raising sovereign new earth kids, one of the most important things to know and to do is to instill empowering beliefs within them so they can grow up being confident, have self-love, feel accepted for who they are, can be their most authentic self, to know that abundance is their birthright. And the only way that they can learn those beliefs and have those beliefs is if we are doing the work, if we are shifting our belief systems, if we know how belief systems are formed. And this is something that we talk about in so much depth inside of the Theta Healing Seminar. So again, get your butt in there. It is starting January 17th to 19th, and it is going to be the most transformational weekend of your life. But this is just going to be a short little snippet of understanding belief systems. So when you are between the ages of 0 and 7, you are in this theta brainwave state, which is why I focus on doing theta healing, because in this theta brainwave state is when all of your belief systems are being instilled, because you are like a giant sponge. So right now, if you have kids under the age of 7, they are absorbing everything that you are saying to them, everything that you are saying towards yourself, everything that you are reacting to as this is how you navigate the world. This is what's going to allow me to be accepted and loved. Or that doesn't seem like it received a good response, so I'm not going to do that because of A, B, and C. And so here are some phrases that I want you to, moving forward, whether you try it for the next 30 days and join us in this 30-day experiment, or you just know within your core that this is going to be removed for the rest of your life. There are 3 things I want you to no longer say to your kids. And this is going to drastically change how they see themselves and how they see the world. So the first one is the word try. If you think about Yoda, there is no try, there is do or do not. Yet we use the word try so often. We use it because it's like our escape. It's our way to say we're going to do something, even though the subconscious mind knows that there's way too many strong beliefs there that are telling us it's not safe to do so. But to please someone else, or to create the illusion for ourselves that we're actually going to do something, we say, I'm going to try. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try that. And unconsciously, we're also saying this to our kids. Try again. Try this. Just try one more time. Do you want to try this? And what that is teaching them is that, 1, they no longer need to follow through on what they are doing. And it also helps to reinforce any of those old beliefs telling them they can't do it, because now they have that escape. So the same way our belief systems work for us, it works for our kids. However, the reason why it's more challenging for us as adults to change these beliefs and to avoid saying things like try is because we are out of that theta brainwave state now. And so we have to navigate this third plane and we attempt to change our beliefs through this ego brainwave state, through this beta brainwave state, even alpha. And this is why being able to access that theta brainwave state whenever you want, which is what is taught inside of a Theta Healing Seminar, that is what gives you the power and the confidence to change your beliefs. And it's so easy to change them in our kids because they're already in that state. If they're under 7, they're living in that state. And so being able to just change our wording allows them to change their belief systems. Simple as that. So avoid using the word try. You can replace it with do this again and see what happens. So you're also going to be encouraging them. It's okay to make mistakes. Maybe you're not going to get it the first time. Maybe not even the second. But let's keep doing it. Let's keep doing it over and over again until you get it if you want to get it. So you're also giving them the empowerment to choose, do I actually want to do this or not? There is no try. There is a do or do not. Which brings me to the second thing I want you to avoid saying, and that is can't. So the way the subconscious mind works is that there are certain phrases that it doesn't understand. And so what happens is that you'll say that word and it's almost like it's just erased. So they will be unable to hear it. And because of this, they can start to doubt themselves. So with the word can't, okay, let's break this down. It's mostly the word not, but we're going to do it with can't because there's also can't and don't. Don't is the biggest one that we're going to talk about very soon, but can't is also on that list of things to avoid saying to your kids. And this is also going to help you empower yourself. So I know, for example, I was always saying, I can't reach that, honey. So we are unable to do that. When I changed it to, I am unable to reach that, let's do something else. And this is just me thinking about, she loved these lights on a tree outside of our neighbor's house, and she'd always want me to lift her up and have her touch the lights. But now she weighs like 26 pounds, and raising her above my head is just not cancel clear. It is a little more challenging than it used to be when she was like 10 pounds. So what I do now is I'll change it to, I'm unable to do that at this moment. Let's do this instead. And this not only empowers me to say, well, if I really wanted to, I could maybe put a stool underneath and reach it. So it's not that I can't, it's sometimes that I choose not to for whatever reason. You have every right to just not want to do something. However, when our kids see, oh, I can't do this, now it creates a limitation within them. If mom can't do that, maybe I can't do that. But if I say I choose to not do that or I'm unable to do it at this time, then it creates an opportunity in their mind to say, oh, well, maybe you can do it at a different time. What else is possible? Super powerful. And also is empowering for you too. Which brings me to the third one. The third one is the biggest one, and it may be the most challenging for you to switch. It is don't. And I know I've mentioned it in this video many times. I've said don't because it's still in your subconscious mind. That's just a word in our vocabulary. However, this is the biggest term that will take your kids away from trusting their intuition. And this is because if the word don't isn't registered in the subconscious mind, what happens then is you're going to say, don't touch that. And what are your kids going to do? They heard you say, touch that. So they're going to touch something. And when they touch it and then you get mad at them, now they're learning, again, they're instilling a belief that I am unable to trust myself because when I trusted the message that I received, I got in trouble. Do you see how that works? And so if you can change it to no touch, again, it's going to be my family and friends laugh at the ways that I switch around, avoiding saying don't to no. So for example, my daughter loves to walk up to random strangers' houses. And I'll have to say, that's no our house instead of that's not our house. And just by you changing this, you're speaking their language. You're speaking the language that the subconscious mind understands. So you will also find that your child actually listens to you more. Because a large part of it is that they're listening to you, but you think that they're hearing every single word that you're saying, but they are not. Cancel clear. They are unable to register all the words. That don't and not is just erased from their memory. It doesn't even register. So they will hear you say, they'll hear you say, touch this, do that, when really you're saying, don't, not. And so it's so confusing to them. And that is the beginning stages of your child doubting their intuition. And we are here to raise sovereign kids. We are here to raise children who have unwavering trust in themselves and their intuition. This is why I'm creating videos like this. Not to shame you, not to create guilt within you, because here's the thing. You, as a sovereign mother, as a mystic mother, you have the ability to reprogram those belief systems that you've instilled in your kids and yourself. This is why knowing theta healing is so freaking powerful as a mom. This is why taking courses like Balancing Baby Chakras is so important, because when you know how to speak the language of a subconscious mind, how to speak the language of energy and of your kids, now you can best support them. And even if your kids are past the age of 7, this is where knowing how to access that theta brainwave state and knowing how to reprogram beliefs gives you the opportunity to rewrite the wrongs that took place when they were under the age of 7, because you were unaware of the language of the universe, the language of a subconscious mind. We are not taught this in school, which is why it's so easy to pass on generation to generation all these beliefs, because we think that's the right way to do things. But now that you know to remove these 3 words from your vocabulary, just watch. Watch how your children respond. Watch how the energy shifts. Watch how you feel more empowered, and watch how your kids listen more. Don't we want that? We want rebel kids. We want rebel kids against the system. We want rebel kids against the indoctrination. Sometimes we are not so favorable of the rebel kids against ourselves, because obviously it's triggering. And obviously it makes our lives as mothers more challenging when we want to ensure we're keeping our kids safe and supported, and they're not able to understand it. So remove try, can't, and don't /not, and see how everything shifts. And if you're needing more support in this, if you're feeling overwhelmed by having to navigate like knowing this information and your own spiritual journey, then I suggest that you, and I encourage you, and I welcome you to join the 3-day Mystic Mom Reset series. It's an activation series where every single day you'll receive theta healing activations to reprogram those beliefs and give you the programs to support you in this overwhelm and releasing guilt and creating energetic boundaries and trusting your intuition. Because chances are your parents were unaware of these 3 words and were saying that to you. And maybe that's why you trust your intuition yourself. So I love you, I see you, I honor you, I thank you for being here and receiving this, and we'll talk soon.